Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High Yah. This is truly the day that Yah has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. I do hope that you're well and that you are trusting only in Yah. Now, I mentioned in my last video that there was something that was really pressing on my heart to speak to you, and I should have done it sooner. But last night, in conversating with a friend of mine regarding not a lot, but the high level of crime that we have been experiencing in the Bahamas, it pressed on my spirit again to speak on this. And it's nothing new. So it's not a new word. It's just a reminder. I want to remind you, I want to encourage you of this, to remove the accursed thing from your house, from your life. I was reading the book of Yahushua, and as I read the story of Achan in chapter 7, that stood out to me, and I made a note. I said, I have to remind my brothers and sisters of that, to remove the cursed thing from your life. And due to the not recent, because we have been having high flux of murder in the Bahamas for a while, but in recent time it seems as it's gotten worse, because now we're down to like 2 and 3 murders a day, which is very, very concerning. I mean, it is so concerning. It is so sad. What has been happening, I don't understand why, but I want to encourage you to remove the accursed thing from your life. And the accursed thing means, let me read what it says. Physically, either literally or figuratively, usually a doom object, abstractly extermination, something which should have been utterly destroyed. Right? You know, the story of Achan, and Achan means to trouble. But in the story of Achan, like you know, after the victory at Jericho, Yah told them not to take anything out of there. Nothing. He went ahead and he took some items and he hid them under his tent. And when they went to the next battle, Yashrael was defeated. You know, terribly defeated. And Yahushua was very sad and concerned about it, and went before the Father said, because Yashrael, see here, but the children of Yashrael committed a transgression in their accursed thing. Now, for Achan took of the accursed thing, and the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against the children of Yashrael, because Achan, the one that caused trouble, his name means to trouble, he went ahead and disobeyed and transgressed, but the whole nation of Yashrael suffered because of that one individual. You understand? That one individual. So after Joshua prayed and the Most High told him what to do, gave him instructions on how to find out this individual, Achan was brought. But I want to read verse 13. Said, up, sanctify the people, and say, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, for thus says Yahuwah Eloi of Yashrael, there is an accursed thing in the midst of you. O Yashrael, you cannot stand before your enemies until ye take away the accursed thing from among you. And I want to encourage you, remove the accursed thing from among you. What is the accursed thing? Whatever it is that the Father has instructed you to put away. What he told you to get rid of, to take away from your house, to remove from your life. Listen, put it aside, remove it. You understand? Don't hold on to it. Whatever it is that the Most High has instructed you to stop doing, to get rid of. Maybe it said to you to stay away from some folk. Whatever it is, that Yah has instructed you to get rid of, I want to encourage you to do it, because listen, we are in some serious times. You understand? And as we have been instructed in Deuteronomy, if you hearken and obey, so that you and your seed would live. Achan, because of what Achan did, his whole family were destroyed. Now, I don't know if his wife and his sons and his daughters, that they knew what he had done. But when it came down to it, all of them suffered because of his actions. The judgment fell on all of them. His ass, his, what he said, his oxen, his sheep, everything that he had was brought and was destroyed. You understand? And so, Father has given instructions to you. Obey so that you don't bring a judgment upon your same house. And I want to even take it to say to you, if you know of persons, people, whether it be your son or your daughter, who have illegal activities going on in your house, remove the accursed thing from your house. See, in the spirit, we have to be obedient to the Most High when He has instructed us to stop certain abominable acts or activities, things that He would have found detestable to us that we are doing, but also in the natural, when it comes to obeying the law of the land. We should not allow or encourage persons around us who we know who are not living in obedience, who are not obeying, who are living lawless, to harbor amongst us. As a result, many people are lost in their lives right now because they knew your friend, your cousin, whoever was involved in illegal activity, and when the enemies came, and because you were there, you were also persons have also lost their lives. A few weeks ago, I think it was, I don't know, more than a few weeks, but I think it was like early this year, last year, there was a story that came out of a grandmother. I think she was in her 80s, who had her grandson living in the house with her, and he had a gun, illegal firearm. And when the police came, she went into the bathroom and she tried to conceal the gun. Now, of course, going into the bathroom, the police woman had to go with her. And the police woman noticed that in trying to sit on the toilet, she was trying to hold something. So the police woman examined her and found this gun. Do you know that 80-some, I think she's 86-year-old woman, is now in we call it Foxhell prison. The real name is Fox Hill, but we call it Foxhell because they say the prison in the Bahamas is one of the worst in the world. But she's now there. She was charged and sent to prison. 86 years old, and nobody really felt sorry for her, because at that age you are encouraging your grandson in illegal activity. And so as a result, she and him were, I think, but I know for sure she went to jail. I don't know if his case came up yet, but I want to encourage you, and this is something that's been pressing hard upon my heart to say. Do not allow people around you who you know are living in your house, not according to what the Most High have instructed you, or things that the Father would have told you not to harbor around you and not to allow to come around you, to allow that in your space. I've said to my 2 children that my name is not Eli, which means I ain't gonna know you doing foolishness, and I am not gonna allow you to live in me, or live amongst me, or live with me doing foolishness. If you can't follow the law, statute, and the commandments of the Most High, then you understand? And I've told them, as long as you're living with me, that's what I expect. I expect that. Now, when you get older and on your own, and I no longer have to financially contribute to your life, because now you're an adult. That is what adults do. They take care of themselves. You can live how you please. But while you're living with me, you can follow the way of Yah, because the way the instructions that the Most High gave us are good. It's for our good. It's to help us to live at peace with each other, to have good relationships with our family and friends, to have a good relationship with Him, to have a healthy life and body. You understand? And so in following the way of Yah is our protection. It protects us from Yah's anger. You understand? See, it says that, and they raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day. So Yahuwah turned from the fierceness of his anger. Wherefore the name of that place was called Emet, or Akkord, unto this day. So when we obey the instructions of the Most High, remove the accursed thing from among us, the thing that should have been destroyed, the thing that the Father has instructed us not to have amongst us. By doing so, we do not feel the brunt of the Most High's anger. Yesterday, I watched one of the talk shows here where a few days ago, where two religious leaders were on from different religions, but they were discussing the Masonic Lodge, because a few days ago, a photo of the leader of the Christian Council, president of the Christian Council, a photo of him and dressed in his Masonic Lodge regalia, all his garments and his symbols and everything surfaced. And so some in the Christian community, who I was shocked did not know that he was a part of it, and apparently now they're just realizing that most of, if not all, the political leaders and the religious leaders in this country are part of this order. And I'm like, I used to post it on Facebook over and over, but I guess, well, I don't know, they probably didn't believe me or whatever the case may be. But now they're finding it out, and now a lot of the Christians here are upset to find out that their highest, the president, is a part of that organization. So they had a discussion about it, and I'm saying, you either remove it from you or you remove you from it. You understand me? But so many times we find out that our leaders are involved in sin or wicked acts, or organizations like this one that we don't think that we should be that they should be a part of, or questionable activities, but we remained in their congregation. You understand? And I think that's dangerous. That is very dangerous, to partake in someone's health wickedness, especially when you put yourself under leadership of someone that is not walking in line with Yah's law, statute, and commandments. That's a serious thing. But many people do it because they think, oh, well, that's them, that has nothing to do with me. Listen to me. I said to somebody before, we always quote how the anointing comes down from Aaron's bed, right? So if the leader that you have placed yourself under is not submitting to the Most High, and is walking contrary and walking in detestable acts, then the curses, just how you quote about the blessing, the anointing, the curses can come down too. You gotta be very careful. Very, very careful. You have to walk circumspectly. You understand me? You have to be vigilant right now about who is around you, who is in your circle. Do you understand? You cannot control people's actions. You cannot control what they do, but you can control who's in your space. So I want to encourage you today to don't get caught up in other people's rebelling against the Most High. Don't get caught up in people's judgment. Don't be guilty by association. Remove the accursed thing. Remove the accursed thing. You understand? In order for you to be under the protection of the Most High, you have to be obedient to Him. You have to be obedient to Him. So, I just wanted to encourage you with that today. Remove the accursed thing. Let us make determined, diligent, focused, intentional effort to obey Yah at all costs. Do you understand? Don't allow anyone or anything to separate you from Yah. Nothing. Don't allow anything to separate you from Yah. If the Father said to you, this is that an idol and that it's not pleasing to the Most High, remove it. Remove it from you. It is important for us to obey Yah. It's important for us to obey. So I want to encourage you again to remove the accursed thing from you. From whether it be in your house, whether it be in your life, whatever. And let us be intentional about obeying the Most High in this hour. Okay? So I just want to encourage you with that. Pray for the Bahamas. Pray that the people repent. Pray that the people repent. Pray that their eyes be open, because I could tell you I was very shocked that even listening yesterday that they did not realize that they are political leaders, that in order to hold certain positions they have to be a part of these secret orders. And with all this quote-unquote spirit they have, because that was the pastor's concern, what is that going to do to the spirit of the Most High? And with all the spirit they have, still not discerning, still not seeing. You understand? And a lot of what is going on in this country, I not believe, but years ago the Most High showed me that it's because of the presence of the Masonic Lodge in this country. You understand? Years ago. I spoke about it years ago, because of that same presence in this country is why we have been having, and it's getting worse, it's like a sacrificing of our sons. You understand me? Blood sacrifice that has been happening in this country. You understand? But people would still say that the God and everything. I said on the post on the show yesterday, I typed in, there are many gods. The many gods. That's why I call his name Yah. So when you have this, the one gentleman said, oh, when you go and you join, you have to say that you believe in God. And I'm like, which God you talking about? You talking about the God of the world, the gold, the oil, and the drugs? Which God you talking about? We can't be so naive. We can be so spiritually blind, having eyes but cannot see, having ears but don't hear. With everything that's been going on in this country, the other day, the PM came out when he was sworn. I think he's a 33 or 34, whatever high up they go, degree Masonic person. That's what we haven't, and we expect what? When you have your leaders, the leaders that you elect are involved in dabbling in witchcraft and Satanism, demonic activity, and you expect it to be well with your country? You understand? Don't partake in other people's sin. Which is why after I get the conviction about voting, I won't mark no X. If I had 1,000, if I had access like Centipede have legs, I wouldn't vote for these people. Which is why I stay out of some of these churches. Because a lot of the religious leaders are involved in these secret orders. You understand? That has nothing to do with the Most High. I want to encourage you to remove the cursed thing from your life. Do you understand? Remove it. Because, listen, something is going on in this pharmacy. Something's going on. And don't get caught up in it. Don't get caught up in the judgment. You understand? Be very careful. Be very vigilant. Be careful what churches you're going into. Be very careful. Know what your pastors and these people involved with. You understand? When you go submitting yourself to some of these leaderships around here. You understand? Opening yourself up to demonic and satanic activities. You see, it said you can't stand in the front of your enemies when you have an accursed thing in your midst. Understand? You can't stand when you have a cursed thing amongst you. You go join up with certain things and you don't know that they involve in certain activities because you looking on the outward and you getting caught up on the title and all this other kind of stuff. You better be discerning. You better practice discernment in this hour and know who you tying yourself up with. And who you submitting to as leadership. Know what's going on in your house. Know what your children bring in your house. Know what they're involved with. You know, 2 years ago I posted a video about calling for the wailing women. And let me tell you something. Some women in this country wailing. Weeping because of the young people that are being slain. You understand? I guess because I had no name and no title or nothing and they will never see it. It was not taken. The call that was made, I put it on Facebook calling for a fast at that time to pray for our young men. You understand? But every day I'm seeing that, I'm seeing it. I am seeing it. We have had children, babies, young child in the park. I think a stray bullet killed him. You understand? Stray bullet, playing with the friends, the stray bullet. You know, mother and daughter slain the other day. You know, 2 brothers slain the other night. Understand? I want to encourage you to make sure that you have made Yah your habitation. That you can say like Yahushua, as for me and my house, and if they don't want to obey in your house, tell them take it over there. You'll keep them in prayer. You'll love them from a distance. But don't be like Eli. You understand? That's what I told my 2 children. Child, my name is not Eli. You ain't gonna come doing all kind of crap up in here. And the Ruah is letting me know. He just let me know. So I want to encourage you, mothers, parents out there. This is a serious time. This ain't no time to be mingling and mangling and doing all kind of stuff. This is the time to walk the straight and narrow. To make sure that you have made your calling and election sure, not to have all kind of stuff going on in your house and in your midst. Remove the accursed thing. You understand me? Don't be found in transgression because you have the accursed thing. See here, verse 11. Yashrael have sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant which I commanded them, for they have taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen and disassembled. And they have put it even amongst their own stuff. If you have an Achan amongst you, put Achan out. Them who's caused trouble, put them out. Don't allow nobody to bring no judgment. Cause the judgment of the Most High to come upon you. So be blessed, be encouraged, be vigilant, be wise, be discerning, and walk circumspectly before the Most High. Shalom.